Flossie, like dental floss with a Y. Susie and Flossie. And she says that she went to a residence of her friends and she walked into their house and she found them both deceased at the house. So we have a double homicide. Our victims are 83-year-old Bruno Love. Bruno Love, 83 years old, and his wife, 82-year-old Jill Love.
What time was that one came?
83. This morning.
Like, is this morning or like 7, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1?
I don't have an exact.
What was the second name you said?
Jill Love. All right. So Susie Flossie indicates that she saw a man running on the street when she got there, but she doesn't know if he was running away from the house, if he was just jogging, if he has anything to do with it. She just said she saw a man. She did not give me a description of said man. Okay? She said she saw a man. So I think that we probably need to interview her later to see if we get a better description of the man. We don't know if he's involved or not, but that is the only person that she said she saw when she got there to the house. She says she did not touch anything, and she came right back out the door and called 911. Okay? Now, when I got to the scene to secure that scene for you guys to investigate, I walked through the house. I did find the 2 deceased individuals, but I found a room in the house that connected to a case that our Drug Enforcement Division of the GHS Forensics Department has been working on. So I contacted them to be able to assist us in this case. The case is, there's a new drug on the street called Rainbow Glow. We know that it is a white powder. We don't know, I don't have any clue how it is administered, whether it is snorted or smoked or whatever. I have no idea. I just know that it's a white powder. And so when I went into this room in this house and I saw what I saw, I felt like it may be connected to their case, and so I contacted them. I'm going to take you to both scenes today, so you have 2 scenes to go through, which is a lot. So we're going to have to, work quickly through both, so we get through both of them today. Okay?
I'm here with Officer Step. So can you tell us, Step, what stuck out to you?
What stuck out to me is how the footprints went outside. So that was very unique. So we can actually measure the footprints, so we can know we can know what size it is, so we can limit out our suspect list. And it was and also I got a tip saying that I think that the 2 murdermen was involved in a drug trafficking thing, because one of the the people that we interviewed. Yes. So she said that they saw a lot of people going in and out of the Love's residence. So that stuck out to me about, okay, so clearly I want give me drugs and I give you money. So that's what's most likely happened. So that stuck out to me. And plus the murder of it too, because it was like a little metaphor, like the Officer J said, and that really stuck out.
And then another thing that I thought
was crazy was like
And this is my interview. That's your interview.
they also had like connections because they had took their medicine from the older people, and one of them was diabetic because one of the medicine was diabetes medicine, and they had actually took your medicine out and said, if you want your medicine back, give us, you know, RG, and so they also had a more personal connection than just like one of their dealers.
Thank you.
Can you stop? Anyway.
Next question, please.
That's not it.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am, come on. You go right here.
Look, I'm
Knife is 15.
Well, it looks like they slit the old one throats, honestly. Like the woman got that little ball through her head too. Or she had blunt force trauma to the head too. Yeah, that's all I can really see so far. But we do got some arterial spurt on the wall, and we got a door outside the body as well. I don't know what the correlation that adds to it though. And we also have bloody footprints on the floor, which is, what was it again? Smear, I guess? Yeah, smear. And yeah.
Things that kids would do nowadays, just get your hands on a little bit of drugs. I mean, like, it's just crazy. They would go out of their way to the point to kill 2 elder citizens over some drugs. Like, I'm just, the community and like this next generation is just ruined. I mean, it really shows that once you get on that stuff, it's really hard to get off. And that's why you can go to a rehab facilitation, you can go to all this stuff for people to help you. There's plenty of ways to get to quit. But one thing I noticed was that the person that I interviewed actually, he was he looked high when we actually interviewed him. But he was like a very, you know, sod dude. Nah, bro, I don't even know, bro. Like acting like he was high. We're live. Anyways, I just noticed that really the way that drugs affect people's life is really not something to play about. If you really are struggling, reach out. Get out there to a rehab facilitation.
You get plus 10 aura. You get plus 10 aura if you do that.
Yeah, you get more aura.
No, plus 100 aura.
Yeah, like
when you reach out.
Anyways, that's just, and the forensics involved in the scene, you could see there was a glass ball that they had actually threw at the person that had a ball that was actually had like a little bit of blood on it, like it was cracked. Which means that this person had probably played baseball or something. Or that was a professional dodgeball player. Which, you know, that immediately tells you they have a stronger arm. Their muscles in their arm are more developed. And, you know, that just shows that, you know, the way, I don't believe that this was planned. I do not. I believe that this was just spontaneous due to the fact that they just kind of left this night on the scene, and the way they just like didn't really care to, you know, really clean up or anything like that. They just kind of left it, and it was just, they just wanted the stuff for like a temporary high.
So this case involves 2 victims. One is Brian Love, who is 83, and then you have his wife, Jill Love. She's 82. The woman called in, saw a man running on her street, but she never knew if he was part of the reason why they were killed. And then she saw police over at the house a little bit later after she saw the man running. And then we went over to the scene. We got blood, footprints, like bare feet, and then we have a few blood spatters on the wall and everything. We found this little bag of what is now called rainbow glove, and it's basically a new type of drug that was running around the street. And so we tracked that back to a lab, and over there at the lab we saw a whole bunch of powder, everything to make what is so called the rainbow glove, all over the floor. There was wrapping, there was traces of what looks like whoever was making the drug was in a rush. Went over there, and well, we now know where it was made at. So we tracked the drug back and looked at past suspects who we asked questions about, and found out that it led up to 3 suspects. Those suspects, so the 3 suspects who we arrested, who have also done the drug. We got Susie Flossie, Dave Kander, and we got Luna. Oh, and also Will Love, so that's 4. We asked questions to Will Love. At first he seems very suspicious, but we found out he was just playing around, so kind of calmed everything down there. He was on parole, and then he got out of jail like completely a few months ago, and so that made it more suspicious, because especially knowing that he did have the drug in his system. We found out through a urine test, all this stuff, and we looked at everything he had and found out it did not lead to anything to our victim's death. Yeah, that's it. I'm here with Captain Tyndall. She's going to talk to us about the drug lab that we found.
So as I was securing the scene at the Love household after I discovered the multiple murder, I walked into another room. I saw what looked to be a drug manufacturing facility. There was powder everywhere. There was bags of white powder that had a rainbow sticker on them, and I immediately knew that that would be connected to another department in the GHS forensics facility, our drug enforcement division, and they were investigating a case of a new street drug called Rainbow Glow, and we knew it was a white powder. We didn't know much about it, we don't know how it's ingested, or if it's snorted or smoked or what. We have no idea. But they had been looking for the source of the Rainbow Glow. And so when I walked into this room and I saw lab facilities, I saw bags of Rainbow Glow everywhere, then I figured that this was probably the source. And we didn't know at that time who was manufacturing it, but we knew that someone in that house was. It actually turned out, would you like me to say that?
Yes.
It actually turned out, we suspected the nephew, Will Love, for being the manufacturer of Rainbow Glow, but as it turned out, it was actually Bruno Love, the victim, who is a retired chemist. And so he did a lot of tinkering. They said he made fertilizer, and so I think he just stumbled upon this recipe and he started selling it to make money.
Thank you, Captain.
Thank you.
Chemicals and goggles. So they were definitely cooking it up in here, and yeah.
Is that here? Oh.
Okay.
Willie Love.
Really love.
Love everybody. He for everybody. So here's the deal. I know some stuff, but I know I ain't involved in it.
Ain't involved with it.
No. And that RG, that's the first I heard about it in the letter.
The letter.
I never heard about no letter.
There was a K and a W on there, and we know that your friend has a K in his name. First
My
name
buddy
starts with a K.
Ken. I got buddy Ken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else you want to add?
So you hadn't heard of the letter?
I have not heard of the letter.
You know anybody who would want to do anything to your auntie?
No, my auntie and my aunt and uncle, they good to me. They took care of me. They took me.
Oh, they good to everybody else, though.
They good to me. Well, now my uncle is a little shady, I would say, but my aunt, she's sweet, she can be.
Mhm.
She didn't deserve what happened.
No, nobody does. Just not that. Alright, so this right here is the Rainbow Glow that we were testing. So that one's a positive, that's why it's purple. This one here is the shoe off, or the white powder off the shoe of our suspect, negative. This is a urine sample for our suspect. Well, it's positive because yellow pee and and blue for the reaction makes green. The money tested negative, and the pill that we found yesterday tested negative as well. So the only positive thing that we have is the urine and the original rainbow glow that we knew was going to test positive.
Can you tell me more about what y'all did in the lab?
So we were taking the rainbow glow and testing it to get a positive on it, and then we were testing their urine to see if we could get a positive on that, just to see if they had been taking it. Same thing with some money that we had found on them, seeing that maybe it was used in an exchange. And this baggie that we found on the bottom, or we swiped the bottom of their shoes for some, to see if it had any powder on it, to see maybe if they had been in the house. Seeing as that back room was made to use, or used to make rainbow glow, if they had stepped in there, it would have stayed on their shoes, so we could get a positive off of that as well.
Now, what did y'all do when y'all went up to Mr. Love?
So, the first thing he did when we told him was he ran into his office and hid, made us slide the warrant under the door. Then he took a different piece of paper and tore it up like he was tearing up the warrant. And then we gave him about another minute and a half and he walked out. And then after that, it was pretty cool. I mean, he definitely didn't do it. He was just on something. He said his name was Willie E. Love. You know what the E stands for?
What?
Everybody. And I mean everybody. It was definitely interesting. He was very compliant after that though. Gave us the footprint and anything else that we needed from him.
Well, thank you, Officer May. That's it.
It's hurting me. It's hurting. Quit pointing at me exactly.